Hey, welcome back. Simon Lees here again. I'm going to do another jam track video for you. You've seen quite a few of these, I imagine, by now, but if you haven't, you can always check out the other ones. Just get to my channel and yeah, just have a good browse. Today, it's the day after I've done a 100-mile bike ride, so I'm not feeling very switched on mentally, so I'm going to do something simple, a nice simple backing track that hopefully I haven't got to think about too much. This one I'm going to base on the song by The Clash called Should I Stay or Should I Go? Yeah, it's obviously quite a simple tune. Having said that, there's still one or two different things I can try with it. It's basically a 12-bar blues structure, and because all the chords tend to be power chords, I mean, like most punk bands, they sort of use major chords for everything, you know, but yeah, I mean, I'm going to do like a power chords thing, and that's going to allow me to switch from major pentatonic to minor pentatonic and back again, and it's also for the modes, you know, I can use a bit of Mixolydian, a bit of Dorian, a bit of minor, anything really. So it's got quite a few options. Right, enough waffle. I'm going to get the drums down. Now, I haven't really thought about the tempo for this one, but it's not a fast one. It's not a speedy one, so it's not as fast as that certainly. So if I knock it down to maybe, we'll try about 100. Nope, it's quicker than that. 110 maybe. We'll try 113. I'm going to settle for that. I think that's about right. You know, I'm trying to, when I'm listening to the beats, I'm trying to imagine how the chorus sounds. I mean, that's the other thing that makes this a bit more interesting than you might think, is the fact that it's got two distinctly different rhythms. The tempo really doesn't change, but it goes from a half-time groove in the verse to a normal, quite a fast up-tempo sounding thing in the chorus. So, you know, it's time to get the drums down, and I'll show you what I mean. I had to have a little think earlier about how I was going to get it to loop round, so I haven't got to play the whole song. I'm just going to do a verse and a chorus section. So there's going to be basically a 2-bar counting, and I hope that'll loop okay then. Here we go. Right, I'm hoping that'll work. I need to double check and just see if there's any cock-ups there. Okay. Now I want that crash at the end. I'm just thinking how I can sort of, I know, yeah, I'm going to put some extra clicks just after that crash, and that'll make it easier to do to get the timing right for when it does loop round. So yeah. Okay. So I might not need that extra long counting at the start. In fact, I'll get rid of that. So join that up. Right, so the easiest thing is just play the damn guitar and just see what, see if it works. Now, sound-wise, I'm gonna use a kind of, it's got to be a bit of distortion. It's going to need a bit of distortion on there, but not a massive amount. You know, it's got to sound something like the record. So if I select my rhythm channel, you know what, I'm just going to do it with a normal sound. I'll back it off slightly, but yeah. So I'll just do it with a normal rhythm sound, and let's go for it. Ooh. No, that was right. I forgot. I've got rid of those clicks. So yeah, straight in. Cool. Okay. Now I'm just going to check that before I go any further, because I want to just make sure that the looping thing is going to work. So if I take both of those, duplicate them, and then just play the last little bit. Oops. Yeah, that's all right. It's not perfect. It's not quite the same as a record, but for today's purpose, which is basically just to demonstrate the type of thing that you could play over that chord sequence. I mean, that's what all these videos are about, really. It's not really how close I can get it to sound to the original. It's just to hopefully give you a bit of inspiration, you know. And I say, none of these tracks have been rehearsed. It's all very much whatever comes into my head, that's what I'm going to play, you know. So I say it does take quite a while to put these videos together. So I mean, once I finish this, I've got to get all the different sources and edit them together and stuff. So I haven't really got time to sort of plan everything out in minute detail. That's why you see the odd mistake or three. Cool. That's it. So you might imagine I'd have practiced that, but never played it before in my life. So, but whilst I was on this, I mentioned a bike ride yesterday. Whilst I was coming back home, for some reason this just popped into my head and I couldn't get it out. So that's one reason I thought I'd do it today, you know, for the jam video. Okay, let's just find out where that join is. But yeah, but it's a nice, happy song, you know. So hopefully it'll brighten your day. So I'll duplicate that, and I'm going to do what I completely forgot to do on the last video, and do all the duplicating before I start playing again. Okay, 13 minutes, that's too much. 11 minutes is too much, so I'm going to trim that down a bit. 9 minutes 52. Now it doesn't mean that's going to be 9 minutes of soloing. It starts at 1 minute 44. So I'm gonna go for that. That's fine. It's good to have a long time to sort of get into it, you know. So it's like when you hear guitar records where there's a guitar solo at the end of the record, and the record happens to fade out. Usually just where it's starting to get good, you know, and I'd love to hear some of these records right until the recording finished, you know. So I'm sure you get some amazing guitar playing. Right, lead. Right, I'm going to use the rhythm sound. It's going to probably be a little bit scratchy against the chords, but because there's a lot of gaps in the especially in the verse section, you know, so I think my lead sound's going to sound a little bit boxy, a little bit middly, so I'm going to stick to my rhythm sound. It's a bit of a compromise, but it'll be fine. So let's go for it. Yeah, kind of fizzled out, didn't it? Yeah, cool. So I got a few little bits of ideas there, tried to sort of make it sound a little bit different. Did repeat myself a few times, but hey, that's my style, you know. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that song. I'll leave it there for now, and hope you can join me on the next one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.